Hey besties, I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna explain to you why we're going to physical therapy. So I'm gonna bring you along while I get ready, get dressed, and get there, and explain to you what has been going on in my life these past 6 months. I'm gonna do some jeans, simple white tee, and you guys know I'm a Yankees girl, so our Yankee jersey, and you're gonna see why I'm dressing so comfy. Some of you guys don't know is that I was in a car accident in the beginning of 2024. The fourth day, literally fourth day out here in an accident. So my car was wrecked, which was my very first car that I bought myself. So it was a little heartbreaking, but I ended up injuring myself bad. I messed up my rotator cuff. I got a really bad concussion, really bad back spasms and back pain, neck pain, all of it. Everything that you don't want to experience at the age of 28, 29, like I started to experience it, which really sucked, but it started to change my perspective on how I view my own life. Like what I take for granted. Every day I go to the same places, and I was in such a comfortable place that I really didn't think nothing would happen. Like, you know, when you starting off the new year and it's just like, okay, new year, new me, new goals, new everything, and you're just feeling in this great place. And it was just as if I was getting knocked out, which sucked. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it sucked. So it put me in a bad headspace. So as you can imagine, as someone who is very secure in themselves, having a accident that like literally feels like it's limiting you sucked. Like my pain in my shoulder was probably the most important thing to me because I could not get rid of the pain. Like it was just so bad. I was unable to move my shoulder. I was unable to do my everything needs. Like me doing my edges right now is a luxury because I could not do it before. I could not lift my arms. Like just my everyday necessities and routine was just not able to be, didn't happen. So on top of not being able to even wash myself, I couldn't work either, which just sucked. So imagine, you know, hitting a scooter on your shins 100 times back to back. That's what the type of pain that I was in. That's the type of pain that I'm kind of still in. So having the surgery helped me out, but I'm still limited. Like I can't hold the same amount of weight that I was able to do before. And I can't, I'm grieving my old self. Of a lack of a better word, I am grieving my old self because I'm no longer that person. I know I am not as strong as I used to be. The whole point of going to physical therapy is to get there, but like still, when you know what you were capable of doing before, it's kind of hard to just let that go. So having that uncertainty feeling just felt like started to play on my mental health, started to play on my emotions of like, when is this gonna heal? When is this gonna get better? And so I had to figure out what my next move was. So not being able to work out was a struggle because, as you guys know, I'm a trainer. So working out is like my biggest self-care, right? It's my outlet. So imagine not having your outlet, going through this pain, but on top of that, not being able to work. Like, I love my clients. I love spending time with them. I love hearing their stories, hearing about their kids. All this takeaway of what I thought was, not what I thought, what was my life, played a big part into my mental health. I was stressing. When I say stressing, I mean stressing. Your girl was going through it. Stressing about, stressing and anxiety about when am I going to recover? How am I going to recover? And, when you work with clients, you know what ends up happening when people don't take physical therapy serious or don't actually allow their body to recover. They end up hurting themselves more, or they never get back to their normal life. So all of this is like Tweety Bird around the head, stars and stars, and it sucked. It really did suck. So I tried to stay active in a sense of going on walks, even though it's cold outside, going on walks, meditational walks, journaling, reading, talking to my therapist. Like, I had to find ways to not go crazy. And it might sound crazy because it's like, yo, it's just working out. No. Working out isn't everything to me, but it's the only thing in a sense that I do for myself. Like, yes, I'm a big self-care girly, so like I do my own nails. For the most part, I do my own hair, and working out is a big thing to me. It's part of my routine. Like, when you have this one factor part of your routine and you take it out, it's like, hold up, what's going on? So I was Mr. Krabs for the first couple weeks, maybe probably for the first month. And this was a 6-month process. After months of doing PT, I had to sit with the idea whether if I wanted to do surgery or not. I was getting better a little, but not as much as I would have liked it. I was still dealing with a lot of pain, and surgery to me is not a quick fix. I know that it can take a long time. One, if it's not done correctly. Two, if you're not allowing yourself to heal and recover correctly. So it's a lot of mixed emotions, to say the least. But after talking to my doctor and getting the reassurance that I needed, that I wasn't going to have a huge incision, and he explained how he was going to do it, I felt a little better about choosing this option. But that uncertainty, y'all know how I feel about uncertainty. It eats at my anxiety. Now it's just like, is this the right thing? But once I set a date and I stuck to it and I prayed about it, I was just like, this is what we're going to do. And this, we have to trust that it's going to be the correct option, that it's going to be the viable option, that it's going to be the best option for me, so I can get back to my routine and I can get back to my clients and I can get back to my life. That's all I really wanted, was to get back to my life. So surgery day came around and I was nervous. I had a nervous breakdown the day before and then told myself, God got me. You have to trust him. You have to trust his plan. This will not be happening unless it was really for you. So I had to calm myself and tell myself it's going to be okay. Pre-op was hard because, you know, obviously going into surgery, you can't eat, you know, you can't have water. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, and I'm also sitting in a waiting room for about an hour and a half waiting to just even be taken to the back. Once I was taken to the back, everything was kind of fast-paced. I got seen very quickly, was administered my meds, was explained to me everything that was going on, had to sign a couple documents. Everything was moving. The weirdest part for me was getting injected with a needle into my nervous system, a nerve blocker. That's what's called, a nerve blocker. And then realizing that my arm was going limp. Like, there was no, I was like, damn, I can't move it. I ended up actually falling asleep and waking up being told, okay, we're gonna be taking you to the operation room. And I was like, okay, this is great, right? This is fine, this is dandy, this is amazing. Like, we're finally about to get this over with. I got asked once I got in the operation room what I wanted to listen to, and I was like, Adele. And if you know me, you know that that woman soothes my soul. Adele and Anita Baker soothe my soul like no other. They played Adele. I remember singing Rolling in the Deep and knocked out. When I woke up, I was still singing, bopping my head a little bit, and then realized I'm being wheeled down. And I was like, oh, what time are we supposed to be starting the operation? And they were like, Kayla, we're done. Done? Okay. All right. So it was fast paced. The care post-op and pre-op was amazing. I love that everybody, one, knew my name, knew what I came in here for, also put me at ease. And they let me rest. They also gave me food afterwards. I wouldn't say food. They gave me, I think, orange juice or apple juice and some type of crackers to make sure that I can still contain what's in my stomach. So that was great. Now, the pain was not bad until I got home and the meds started to wear off. Yeah, you can imagine how excruciating it was to get in my house, to get in my car, to, well, obviously I didn't drive, but like to do what I normally do in a sling, wrapped up. Like, I was in pain. I was in so much pain that I couldn't sleep for the first five to 6 days, because there was no way for me to prop myself up. Yeah, I really wouldn't wish that on anybody, but I will say the ice machine that I had, amazing. The very next day or 2 days after, a machine came to my home to help me with my range of motion, which was great. Normally, some people would try to tell you, like, oh no, you need to sit and relax and do nothing. Do not believe that. You will build up scar tissue so quickly that you would hate everybody and everyone, and even yourself, for listening to not doing anything. You have to move a little. I'm not saying be out here swinging a baseball bat, but what I'm saying is you have to move your body little by little. Whatever you got surgery on, operated on, you have to move it little by little. And that's what I did. But afterwards, I would have to ice or put the cream on, not even on the stitches, because I didn't get the cream until after I got the stitches removed. Yeah, all I had was ice and pain meds. And y'all know how I feel about taking medicated stuff. Like, I'm not big on that. So taking that was like a no for me. So I started relying on my ice. But then it started to downplay on my mental health, and it started to make me feel like, was this the right decision, because I was in so much pain. But here we are, heading to physical therapy again. Still recovering, but we're getting there. My recovery process was a little seamless. And what I mean by little is that I had already started working with my physical therapist prior to getting surgery. So going back in, I think 7 days, 9 days, 10 days after getting the surgery was like, okay, cool. You know, using the chair was nice too at home. So it got me in the process of going back to PT. Now, this is still a sucky situation because it hurts. PT was great and all, but everything hurt. Every movement, every cough, every laugh, it hurt. It really did. Now, being consistent and not allowing my emotions take over my actions is what got me to where I am right now and got me as far as I did. But it wasn't easy. None of it was easy. So what I started to do was to celebrate the little victories, the little wins, the small moments. Okay, we got the hand a little bit above the hip, great. Okay, we got the hand a little bit above the chest, great. Like, celebrating the wins is what got me so far. And then having to adjust to a new routine was a big key, a big process. No, let me take that back. It was a big part of the process is finding a new routine. Going, okay, let's get up, brush our teeth, go for a walk, drink some tea or some matcha, read, go to PT, come home, read again. Like, spending time with myself. I tried to flip my situation. Excuse me. Sorry, my shake is coming up. But I try to flip my situation from being a crappy, sucky situation to being, okay, this is the most I've ever spent time with myself in a long time. This is the most I've ever had time to have some type of self-care. So recovery started to become more of a me thing than a damn, we gotta do this thing. PT has been a process in itself. I don't like to record while I'm in the big room because I like to respect other people's privacies and their own journey. But I'm getting ice in stem right now after doing this strenuous routine. But when I look back at the past 6 months, I realized that my mind shift has changed. mind shift. My mindset has changed. My perspective has changed. When last time I got surgery was on my knee. I tore my ACL, my MCL, and I was an athlete then. I was an athlete that was working from home, but also was in college, so it's different than what it is for me now. I am now a dog mom, an entrepreneur, a trainer, and a girlfriend that has so much going on, running a podcast and coaching track. Like, my life is all over the place. So I look back at it as I get to experience slow moments differently than everybody else. And everybody else's journey is not the same. So I have to take advantage of my now, my what, and my why, but also be grateful for how far I came along and my support system that I do have. I'm very grateful for everybody that's been by my side, including my clients and my online clients. So getting back to them was great. My new goal is not to get back to where I used to in the gym, but just progressing in this slow manner to not get back to an injury that I absolutely hate, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I just wanted to share my story with you guys because I did go ghost for a while and it's not fair. But I also understand that a lot of people actually rotator cuff tears. I'm sorry, you guys know I'm Spanish, so I mix my words up. But rotator cuff tears are very, very common. Very common. I've actually helped a lot of people heal through this type of injury. So for me to be in it was eye-opening. And I had to use all my own knowledge from helping other people for myself. But this is something that I don't want to experience again, but I can now know what it feels like and share with others and help you, guide you, give you advice, So I hope you guys like this video. Share and subscribe with somebody that you know that's going through a hard time. But also share your own stories in the comments. Drop your comments. Tell me what type of surgery you had. Let's talk about it. Let's vent about it. Let's pray about it. Really. But yeah, besties, wish me luck with the next 20 minutes that I have on this stim machine. Look, my arms are twitching, okay? Twitching. But yeah, I see you guys soon on the next video. I'm gonna tell you guys about how I am moving. So, I'll see you guys soon. Love ya.